What's up, y'all? It's Daniel Litwin, the voice of B2B. We're posted up here at the Premio booth at ISE West 2025 for some deep dives on the Premio product suite, talking to the product marketing team, but more importantly, connecting the dots between this suite of rugged edge computing products and the major trends that are shaping the security and surveillance industry today. Per usual, we're joined by Luyang Xing. She's part of the product marketing team, and she's here to break down the JCO series for us and how it is serving the major use cases in security and surveillance today. Luyang, thank you so much for joining us again. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thank you, Dan.
Absolutely. Thanks for taking some time. Pretty busy show so far. What do you think?
Pretty busy. Yeah, it literally kept me busy the whole day so far.
I've been seeing everyone bouncing in and out of conversations, literally not a down minute except for taking some time to talk into the camera. So this is also our reprieve. Well, Luyang, thank you again. Let's go ahead and talk shop here a little bit. Before we dig into the JCO, big picture here, what are some of the major trends that you see on the minds of the attendees and exhibitors at ISE West this year? What is shaping security and surveillance?
Yeah, absolutely. So right now it's the era of Industry 4.0, same for security and surveillance. So it's the security and surveillance in the Industry 4.0 era right now. So we see lots of booming of AI and IoT. Same for security. The AI-powered security is becoming a big trend here. And also since there's a booming for IoT, there are all kinds of IoT sensors and cameras. We can see lots of different kinds of cameras like USB, PoE, etc. And also there's a trend to shift the video surveillance to visual intelligence. It relies on the AI more instead of traditional just like monitoring and like analyze later. And also edge computing becomes a big thing here because like traditionally we just rely on the cloud computing, but it causes lots of latency. But like right now we need instant decisions. So yeah, edge computing becomes a big thing as it processes data in real time with very low latency.
Yeah, very true. Important point. Edge computing, whether or not it's immediately thought of as part of these major trends shaping the industry, it's there. There is no decentralization of security and surveillance. There is no IoT proliferation across the industry without the brains behind the operation. The edge computing, and in a lot of cases, the rugged edge computing that is allowing for that data capture and processing in real time away from the edge. So it's awesome that y'all are here expanding your booth presence and bringing some light to y'all's industry leadership on this front. So why don't you connect the dots now to the JCO series, right? Where does the JCO series compare to the RCO and the BCO and all your other products? Where does this fit into the ecosystem of edge computing? As we like to say, where on the edge continuum does it fall? And how does that connect to the security and surveillance industry?
Yeah, that's a great question. So as a JCO series, the J stands for NVIDIA Jetson. So what's unique in the whole Premio product portfolio is it's actually the first product line that utilizes the NVIDIA Jetson architecture. So it's different from the RCO and BCO because they are all using the traditional x86 architecture. And with the NVIDIA Jetson architecture, we combine the CPU, GPU, and RAM on the same module. That's the main difference here. The JCO series is very rugged product because it's built fanless. So it can withstand a very wide operating temperature from -20 to around 55 Celsius degree, and it has a wide wide voltage input from 9 to 48 for the 6000, 9 to 36 for the 3000, 1000. And also it's shock and vibration resistance, so it's definitely fit into the bucket of the rugged edge, and also you can customize your IOs. You can even troubleshoot your issues from a remote distance. So with this kind of features, it definitely makes JCO a perfect fit for the rugged edge, like in our Premio's edge continuum. Yeah, and the whole JCO series tackles the four main challenges in the security and surveillance industry. So as I mentioned before, we need to process a large volume of data in real time. in the Industrial 4.0 security and surveillance. So we need a solution that can handle large volume data and also provide very, very low latency. And it also needs to be space efficient and can be deployed in harsh environments without having some failures. So with JCO's compact form factor and its rugged design, it's definitely solved this kind of problems in Industrial 4.0 security and surveillance.
Nice. So just to ground that a little bit more around a specific use case, what are some use case examples, case studies, something that you're already seeing out in the field? Put the JCO series in action in the security and surveillance industry.
So let's take JCO 6000 and 3000 as examples. Since you can see we can support various kinds of IOs, and through these IOs we can support all kinds of cameras such as USB cameras, the GigE cameras, or the PoE cameras, and even in JCO 6000 we can support the GMSL cameras as I demoed here. So with this we can process large volumes of video streaming data, and then we can make the instant decision making. So it's perfect for use cases such as like intrusion detection, the object detection as it shows here, and also some pedestrian detection, license plate detection in the security and surveillance industries.
Nice. So let's go ahead and break down each of the products. We'll start with the JCO 1000. Walk us through some of the specs we can find on the 1000.
Yeah, so the 1000 is called entry-level NVIDIA Jetson AI Edge computer, and it utilizes NVIDIA Jetson Orin NX and Nano Super modules. So one of the main I/O feature here is the 4 USB 3.2 ports, and so the 4 USB 3.2 each deliver very high speed, like around 10 gigabits per second of speed, and also it can support optional PoE. You can support optional OOB module. You can save from this port here, and it will be connected through one RJ45 ports here. And also it has like very rich I/O such as serial ports like CAN ports and COM ports as well. So yeah, that's basically some specs of the JCO 1000 or N series.
Nice. All right, now we'll look over the 3000. So here's the 3000. I noticed immediately it's got more ports, more modularity obviously, but what else is under the hood there in the 3000?
Yeah, definitely. The JCO 3000 is NVIDIA Jetson mid-range AI edge computer. So what's unique here is it also utilizes NVIDIA Jetson Orin NX and Nano Super modules. So it has 4 LAN ports here, and the LAN ports can also turn to optional PoE ports. And it can also support one optional OOB, we call it out-of-band remote management module. So if you want to troubleshoot some issues from a remote distance, you can definitely operate it through this out-of-band remote module, and it's also connected through one RJ45 ports. Yeah, and it has like 16-bit isolated GIO, which is a lot, and also we have the COM ports and CAN ports here, and the use cases can be widely deployed in like AGV and AMRs, and for security and surveillance, it can also be used in lots of like intrusion detection, like theft detection. This kind of use case as well, because through the 4 LAN ports, it can support 4 RJ45 cameras.
Well, the 3000 itself is obviously very powerful, but we can't forget the head honcho of the operation here, the 6000. Now the 6000 is already in use. We've got our camera crew actually here on the screen operating these 4 different cameras, but we can't really pick this up. Luckily, I have us a surprise. Another 6000. So I can go ahead and pass this along your way here. Walk us through, what are we looking at here for the 6000? What makes it such a powerhouse?
Yes, definitely. Sixon is a big power horse here. So it utilizes NVIDIA Jetson AGX Aura module. So it can deliver up to 275 TOPS of AI performance. And you may feel the number is kind of a lot, but you don't know what it stands for. But 225 TOPS of AI performance stands for around like a low-profile GPU workstation. But since we utilize the NVIDIA Jetson AGX Aura module, it combines CPU, GPU, and RAM on the same module. We call it system on module SOM design. So it can save lots of space because traditional x86 solutions with the discrete GPU, with the CPU board, and the cooling, it will take up lots of space. But with the NVIDIA Jetson AGX Aura, it saves about like 60% of footprint. And the power is only consumed from 50 watts to 60 watts. So it's more power efficient than traditional x86 solutions. And what's unique here is it has two Edge Boost I/O expansion modules. As I mentioned before, right now it's the era of like IoT. So we need all kinds of IoT cameras such as PoE, USB, and even GMSL cameras. But these all speak a different language. So with the JCO 600 RN, they can all be operated at the same time through various onboard I/O ports and also through the Edge Boost I/O modules. It can definitely allow you to mix and match your connectivity to reach the maximum. For example, if you want 8 PoE cameras, 8 gig E cameras, we can support that. If you want maybe like 8 GMSL cameras, we can support through these 2 focal connectors. And also, the highlight here is the USB 3 cameras with the locking screws. So with that I/O, we can support like 5 gigabits per second on each port, and the locking screws can ensure the shock and vibration resistance in some extreme deployments, such as like in-vehicle deployments. As usual, we have optional PoE, optional OOB support on the back. It doesn't show here, but it's usually in this location, so that you can reboot or troubleshoot the issues in a remote distance. Yeah, and it's also very rugged. It has a wide operating temperature, wide input range. It can be shock and vibration resistance with a military standard. So it literally tackles all the problems you face in the Industry 4.0 security surveillance, no matter it's for large volume or for the latency or for extreme deployments or for the space constraints. So this is our product, and as the use case I mentioned, it's mainly used in like all kinds of like object detection, license plate detection, and like pedestrian avoidance.
Well, we can obviously see this is the 6000 in action, right? It can handle multiple workloads, and like you said, visual detection, right? Pedestrian detection, anything like that. This is going to be your go-to product. Well, thank you for the product breakdown, Luyang. Last thing is, as we look ahead for the industry, right? ISC West, as it puts these shows together, sort of lays out the horizon for where the industry is going. And I'm curious where you see the JCO playing a future role in the industry, right? How is it preparing to kind of scale alongside some of the major use cases and trends shaping security and surveillance?
Yeah, that's a very great question. So I would say like, as we all know right now, the big AI trend in the AI world is AI inference rather than the AI training. So there will be a major shift for the trends to like edge computing and NVIDIA Jetson Aura modules, because it's built perfectly for the AI inference. And since it's not very large, it can also be deployed in all kinds of deployments, no matter it's in security and surveillance or it's in like maybe other deployments such as robotics. So I would say the big trends in future will be the AI inference and how should the module or the hardware more cater to the AI inference will be a big thing. So maybe like the size and the design will be more space efficient and it will support more and more tops of AI performance in a more space constrained form factor. And so edge computing will continue to be a big thing, and so is the IoT, because we are literally living in a smart city right now. We need lots of cameras, lots of sensors. So yeah, this too will be a big trend. And also since we are on the NVIDIA roadmap, we will develop or update our product based on their NVIDIA Jetson roadmap as well. So right now it will be NVIDIA Jetson Orin, but in future it will maybe be another NVIDIA Jetson family as well. So yeah, that's our hope and our roadmap for in future and for some trends as well.
It's exciting stuff, and per usual, Premio's at the cutting edge of rugged edge computing solutions that are ready to meet the demands of the security industry today, but also are modular enough and are forward-looking enough to prepare for the use cases of tomorrow as well. So, Luyang, thank you again for your analysis today here on the JCO series, the 1, 3, and 6000. If folks want to learn a little bit more about the JCO series, where can they go?
Definitely on Premio's website, premioinc.com. More specifically, go to JCO's collection page, like the JCO 6000, JCO 3000, JCO 1000, to read our use case, like technical insights, and the blogs of product videos.
Perfect. All right. Luyang Xing, everyone, with the Premio product marketing team. Luyang, thank you again, and looking forward to more conversations in the future. Absolutely. All right, folks, there you have it, the JCO series. If you want to learn more, premioinc.com. I'm your host, Daniel Litwin, the voice of B2B. We're going to be doing more of these one-on-one interviews, panel discussions, you name it, at the Premio booth at ISC West, so keep your eye out for more releases. Again, I'm your host, Daniel Litwin, the voice of B2B, and we'll catch you on the next one.